Welcome dear students, my name is Swati BS, lecturer in Department of Computer Science, Vishwamanava Composite PU College, Chitradurga. In the last session, we discussed about the chapter called as database concepts. In that, we discussed about the topic called as the normalization, and in that, the last one is called Boise chord normal form. After the completion of normalization, we started the second topic called as the entity relational model, or it is also called as entity relational diagram ಅಥವಾ relationship diagram ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So in short, it is called as ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. So entity relationship diagram, and it is also called as ER model ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So what is ER model or what is entity relationship diagram ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ER diagram refers to an visual representation of data and also describes how the data is related to each other. Means ER diagram means we can easily understand the different components of this model, that is called entity, attributes and relationship, by using the visual representation of those by using this different symbols. Andre rectangle symbol na use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ellipse symbol use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, diamond or it is also called as rhombus symbols na use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. By using the different symbols, we can easily understand or we can easily write the visual representation of data and what the relationship is established between those data, that is called as ER diagram. ಅದನ್ನ represent ಮಾಡದೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ER diagram. So what is ER diagram? ER diagram is defined as visual representation of data, and it also describes the how the data is related to each other. And we also started the topic under this one called components of ER diagram. So the ER diagram is mainly classified into, or the components of ER diagram are mainly the three components. In that, the first one is called entity. First one is called entity, and the second one is called attribute. Second one is called attribute, and third one is called relationship. And third one is called relationship or relations anta kuda kariತೀವಿ. So these are the main three components of the ER diagram. In that, we already discussed about the entities in the previous class. So what do you mean by entity? Entity can be any object, place, person or a class. Entity refers to any object. It may be an person, it may be an place, it may be an class anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And in case of ER diagrams, the entities are represented by using a symbol called as rectangle. Entities ನ ಯಾವ symbol use ಮಾಡಿ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Rectangle use ಮಾಡಿ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. In ER diagram, entities are represented by using the rectangles. And the rectangles with their names, ಯಾವ rectangle ಒಳಗಡೆ names ನ ಬರೀತೀವಿ, the rectangles with their names represents the entity. ಅದೇನ್ represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Entity ನ represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And we also discussed the example for this. Consider an organization. In that, we can see the different entities, the examples for entities. The first one is employee is an entity. It is how we can identify it is an entity. Entity anta namage heng gottayitu? Because it is written inside the rectangle. Now ಯಾವುದೇ ER diagram ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, entity relationship diagram ಅನ್ನು observe ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, any name which is written inside the rectangle indicates it as an entity. And here employee is an entity. And next one, manager is an entity. And next one, you can also consider department is an entity. Means any name which is written inside the rectangle. ಯಾವುದೇ ಹೆಸರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು rectangle ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ದಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಎಂಟಿಟಿನ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And we also ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವೀಕ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ವೀಕ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ದ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ which depends upon another entity. The entity which depends upon another entity is called as weak entity ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So for example, if you consider the bank is an example for this, loan is a one entity and payment is the another entity. Payment is the another entity. In this, the payment is called weak entity. ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ? ವೀಕ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆರ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಲೋನ್ or the loan of a person, or if you want a loan from the bank, ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಂದ ಲೋನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ the loan is approved based on the payment. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೋನ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿಯ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ the payment is an weak entity to get the loan. ಲೋನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ವೀಕ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ವೀಕ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಇಷ್ಟೇ, the entity which depends upon another entity is called as weak entity ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And we discussed some of the points for this and examples in the previous class also. And let us come to the second one. In this also we already discussed in the previous class. ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು previous class ಅಲ್ಲಿ discuss ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. The second one is called attribute. So what do you mean by attribute? Attribute describes the properties or characteristics of an entity. Attribute ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದು? Attributals ಅಥವಾ attribute describes the properties or the characteristics of an entity. And we know that in ER diagram, the attribute is represented by using the symbol called as ellipse. Last class agide already. The attribute means it describes the characteristics or properties of an entity which is represented by using the symbol called ellipse. And each attribute, or you may write each ellipse, which represents an attribute is directly connected to an entity. ಈ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಆ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಏನ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ನ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈಚ್ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ that represents an attribute is directly connected to an entity. ಆ attributes ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ? ಎಂಟಿಟಿಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And in this, if you consider student as an, last class an example ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. If you consider student is an entity, the characteristics or the properties of the students, we may write register number is an attribute. Observe here, student ಗೆ rectangle ಹಾಕಿದೀವಿ, register number ಗೆ ellipse ಹಾಕಿದೀವಿ. Rectangle means entity, ellipse means it is an attribute. And the one more attribute is name of a student, and one more attribute is date of birth of a student, and one more attribute you may consider is age of a student, and one more attribute you may consider is grade of a student, and one more attribute is fees fixed for a student, and one more attribute is address. Observe here, these are the different attributes of the student or different characteristics of an entity called student, and these are directly connected to an entity. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು? ಎಂಟಿಟಿಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. And when you consider the attributes, in the last class we discussed about one of the type of attribute called primary key attribute. In the last class we told that mainly there are three types of attributes. Attributes ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 types ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. There are 3 types of attributes. The first one is primary key attribute. Primary key attribute. And the second one is composite key attribute. Composite key attribute. and the third one is multi-valued attribute. Multi-valued attribute. So this is about the three types of attributes. The first one is primary key attribute, the second one is composite key attribute, and third one is multi-valued attribute. In that we already discussed in brief about the first one. So what is primary key attribute? Primary key attribute refers to an main characteristics of an entity. Entityಯ main characteristics, main feature ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳದೆ ಯಾವುದು? primary key attribute. So primary key attribute refers the main characteristics of an entity. So primary key attribute refers the main characteristics. The main characteristics of an entity. Main characteristics of an entity. And when you consider the primary key attribute, it is used to represent the primary keys. ಅದೇನು represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? primary key attribute ಏನು represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? The primary key attributes represents the main characteristics that is called primary key of a relation or primary key of a table or primary key of an entity. So what do you mean by primary key then? ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ primary key ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Primary key is a key which gives unique combination of values for a row ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So what do you mean by unique combinations? Unique combination is nothing but the value of a key should not be repeated for more than one person. So ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದಿರುವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ those values are considered as primary key values. For example, register number of a student. The register number of a student is not repeated ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಇರುವ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಕಸ್ಟಮರಿನ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಯುನಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ. And how you are going to identify the primary key attribute in this examples? ಸರಿ, ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ER ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಸೊ ದ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವೋ that ellipse indicates that it consists of primary key attribute. ಆ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು? ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್? ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ 3 points here. The primary key attributes is used to refer the main characteristics of an entity. It is used to represent the primary key. And third point is the ellipse with underlying line represents an primary key attribute. And this is about the primary key attribute. Examples are register number of a student, employee ID of a employee, and account number, and when you consider the book ID. So book ID is an primary key anta kariತೀವಿ. And let us move to the next one, the composite key attribute. So what do you mean by composite key attribute? So composite key attribute means the attribute which will have its own attributes. ಯಾವ attributes ಗೆ ಅದರದ್ದೇ own attributes ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The attribute which can have its own attributes is called as composite key attribute. And what is the symbol used to represent the composite key attribute? Composite key attributes are also represented by means of ellipse symbol. Composite key attribute andru ellipse symbol use ಮಾಡೋದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆನಾ? The attribute which can also have their own attributes. ಯಾವ attributes ಗೆ ಅದರದ್ದೇ ಮತ್ತೆ attributes ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. Those attributes are called composite key attributes. Those are also represented by using ellipse symbol. And you can consider how this can be written in ER diagram. ಸರಿ, composite key attribute ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಅದನ್ನ ER diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು? So you consider the example of a name. So name of a student may consist of again the properties or again the attributes called last name and the first name, right? I can attach for this last name of a student and first name of a student, first name. So last name and first name. You can consider the address where the student stays. You may write city. City is one of the attribute for address, and you may take the pin code. Pin code is one of the attribute, and you may take the street. Street is one of the attribute. You can observe here, it is an attribute which is having its own attribute. Address ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಎಂಟಿಟಿಯ ಒಂದು ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರದ್ದೇ ಆದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್? ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಸ್, ಸಿಟಿ, ಪಿನ್, ಆರ್ ಯು ಮೇ ರೈಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. So means the ellipse which is attached to an ellipse. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ellipse ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ellipse ಗೆನೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. That's why it is called as composite key attribute. The attributes which can have its own attributes is called composite key attributes. In this, the ellipse is connected to another ellipse. Ellipse is connected to another ellipse. And you can observe here the example for this is, consider a student entity. In that the name and address are the attributes. For this again we can define the some more attributes. The name is having the again two attributes called last name and first name. The address is again having the attributes called as street, city, pin and state. These are all the composite key attributes. ಇವಿಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Composite key attributes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And this is about composite key attribute. And what do you mean by multi-valued attribute? The attribute which can hold the multiple values. The attribute which can hold the multiple values. ಯಾವ attribute multiple values na store ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ? The attribute which can hold multiple values, that attribute is called as multi-valued attributes. The name itself tells, ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ multi-valued. What is the meaning of multi-valued? The attribute which can hold multiple values or attribute which can hold more than one value in it, that attribute is called multi-valued attribute. For example, phone number you can take here. So instead of age, I will take the phone number. Phone number. So multi-valued attributes are represented by double ellipse. You have to remember this. Ellipse use ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ, but since it is a multi-valued attribute, it is represented by a double ellipse. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ? Double ellipse ಇಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. You can observe like this double ellipse. And here let us consider the student ER diagram. In this, phone number is an entity. Phone number is an attribute. The student may have multiple phone numbers. ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫೋನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಬಲ್ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಬಲ್ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮಲ್ಟಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಮಲ್ಟಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ this is about the primary key attribute, composite key attributes and multi-valued attribute. Clear with this? Primary key attribute means ellipse with underlying. Ellipse ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು attribute ನ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀವಿ, attribute ನ underline ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. And composite key attribute means the attribute which can have its own attributes again. The ellipse which is connected to another ellipse. And multi-valued attribute means the attribute which can hold more than one values. That attribute is called multi-valued. For example, phone number. Phone number, the student may have more than one phone number. That is double ellipse here. This is a multi-valued attribute. This is about the completion of entities and attributes. So we are going to discuss about the relationships now. So the third component of an entity is, the third component of an ER diagram. ER diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 components ಇದೆ. Mainly ER diagram is classified into 3 components. In that first one is, which is the first one? Entity, second one is attribute, and third one is relationships. Let us discuss the third type of an ER diagram called as relationships. Relationships. So what do you mean by relationship? Hangadre relationship andre enu? Relationship describes the relation between the entities. What do you mean by relationship? Relationship describes the relation between the entities, between the two or more entities. So what do you mean by relationship? Relationship describes the relationship between two or more entities. And the relationship is represented by using diamond box, or you may write it as rhombus symbol. Diamond box na use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ like this, or it is also called as rhombus ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, kite symbol ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So the relationship is represented by means of diamond box. The name of the relation should be written inside this diamond box. For example, work for, managers, ivella eno relationship names. Those relationship names must be written in the diamond box. ಆ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ನ ಹೆಸರುಗಳನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ದಿರಬೇಕು? ಈ ಡೈಮಂಡ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. Clear with this? The relationship means it describes the relation between two or more entities. Relationship is represented by means of diamond box, and the name of a relation is written inside this diamond box. And when you consider the relationship, it is mainly classified into 3 kinds or 3 types. There are 3 types of relationships again. The first one is binary relationship. Binary relationship. And next one is recursive relationship. And third one is ternary relationship or tertiary relationship. So the relationships are mainly classified into 3 types. You remember ER diagram ali 3 components ide, that is entities, attributes and relationship. Again, in case of relationship, it is classified into 3 types, that is binary relationship, recursive relationship and ternary relationship. Here the name itself tells the definition. Esralle definition ide. What do you mean by binary relationship? It is a relationship which describes the relation between 2 entities, which describes the relation between 2 entities. So what do you mean by binary relationship? Binary relationship describes the relation between the 2 entities. Yes, 2 entities madhye relationship iruttali, 2 entities. How it can be represented in ER diagram then? Hangadre idin ER diagram alli heng baribeku? Observe here. First you have to take the relationship diagram, then entity. How many entities in case of binary relationship? Only 2 entities you have to consider here. ಎರಡೇ entity na matra ತಗೋಬೇಕು, only 2 entities. And observe, this is entity and this is also an entity and this is a relation. And this is the representation of ER diagram for a relation or for a binary relation. Binary relation ನಾವು ಈ ತರ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. It describes the relationship between the 2 entities. 2 entities ಮಧ್ಯೆ relationship ನ describe ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Clear with this? What is binary relation? It describes the relationship between the two entities. There are two entities here and the relationship. We know that already discussed ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. The entities are represented by using the rectangles. Rectangles ಹಾಕಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, and relationship ಅಂದ್ರೆ diamond box use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Clear with this? And come to the next one, recursive relationship. So what do you mean by recursive relationship then? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ recursive relationship ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So recursive relationship refers to the entity which refers to itself. The entity which related to itself or entity which refers to itself is called recursive relation. What do you mean by recursive relation? Recursive relation is defined as an entity which is related, an entity which is related to itself. An entity which is related to itself is called as recursive relation. And if you consider an example for this, consider an entity employee. So employee is an entity here, and this employee entity is related to itself. Consider a relation as managers ಅಂತ relation ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. So entity that is nothing but employee manages employee, right? So we know that there are several employees working in an institution, several employees working in a company. So one employee manages the another employee. So here with the recursive relationship, in this you can observe the example here. One employee can manage the another employee. That is nothing but it explains or it related to an same entity. ಅದೇ ಎಂಟಿಟಿನ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. So that it is called as recursive relationship. The entity which is related to itself is called as recursive relationship. And we will move on to the next one, ternary relationship. It is defined as, or the relationship is established between, the third one we are going to discuss now, the ternary relationship. The relationship is established between the three entities. It is defined as, the relationship is established between three entities, ternary relationship. It describes the relationship is established between the three entities. And consider an example for this. How many entities we require here? So ternary relationship ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ we require the three entities. ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು entities ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು? Three entities ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. So 1, 2 and 3 entities. And we require the name of an entities. Let us consider employee. Employee is an entity, and department is an entity, and company is an entity, and consider a relationship called as works for as a relationship between how many entities? Three entities. That's why it is called as ternary relationship. The relationship established between the three entities is called ternary relationship. The employee works for the department, employee works for the company. So this is about binary relationship, recursive relationship and ternary relationship. So let us move on to the topic called as binary relationship in detail. So relationships are the first one. The binary relationship we are going to discuss now. Very important for 5 marks. So write a note on binary relationship or explain the binary relationship ಅಂತ 5 marks ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So let us discuss about the binary relationship now. So binary relationship. You all know the definition of this binary relationship. What do you mean by binary relationship? The relationship established between two entities, or the binary relationship describes the relation between how many entities? Relation between the two entities. Relation between the two entities. In case of binary relationship, again it is divided into three types. Binary relationship ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು types ಆಗಿ divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? Three types. The binary relationship is again classified into three types. Let us discuss those. The first one is called one-to-one relationship. The first one is called one-to-one relationship. And the second one is called one-to-many relationship. One-to-many relationship. One-to-many relationship. And third one is called many-to-many relationship. Many-to-many relationship. Many-to-many relationship. So clear? The first one is called one-to-one relationship. Second one is called one-to-many relationship. And third one is called many-to-many relationship. So what is this one-to-one relationship? So first you have to remember instance andre ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. So what do you mean by instance? The number of occurrences in the relation. The number of occurrences ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನಾವು ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಹಿಯರ್, when there is only one instance is associated with a relation. Observe the statement. When there is only one instance is associated in the relation, it is represented like one instance is associated in the relation. ಒಂದು ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is represented like this. one ಅಂತ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So listen, when there is only one instance associated in the relation, then it is represented like one ಅಂತ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. And let us write that observe here one-to-one relationship ಅಂದ್ರೆ one instance of an entity associate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. one instance of an entity relationship ಅಲ್ಲಿ participate ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Let us write the diagram for the entity. Minimum two entities we require because it is a binary relationship. So this is the diagrammatic representation. Entity here and here also entity. You have to write the relation inside this relation. The example for this is, I am taking student is an entity and relationship is enrolls. The one more entity is course. And observe here, I am writing one and one here. That is called one-to-one relationship. So ಏನು ಹಿಂಗಂದ್ರೆ one-to-one relationship ಅಂದ್ರೆ you can observe here, one student can enroll for only one course. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೋರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು? ಒಂದು ಕೋರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ one instance of an entity is associated with one instance of another entity is called as one-to-one relationship. Or you may write the one instance of each the entities. This is one entity and this is one entity. One instance of each the entities. ಎರಡು entities ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ one instance of each entity is associated in the relation. It is called as one-to-one relationship. ಅದನ್ನೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? one-to-one relationship. And this is a diagrammatic representation or ER diagram of one-to-one relationship. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆನಾ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. So what do you mean by one-to-one relationship? The one instance of each entity. ಎರಡು ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಇಂದನೂ ಒಂದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. one instance of each entity is associated with a relation. It is called as one-to-one relationship ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. And similar to that, the diagrammatic representation for one-to-many ಬರೆಯೋಣ ಈಗ. Entity, then same diagram here, relation and one more thing is entity again, and the same example here also, student enrolls course. So listen, one student n anta barikki. Listen, the one instance on the left side of an entity, one instance on the left side of an entity is associated with many instances in the right side of an entity, is associated in the relation, is called as one-to-many relationship. When more than one instances are associated in the relation, ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಸು, ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸಸ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ತವೆ, ದನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್. ಒಂದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಒನ್ ಅಂತ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವೆನ್ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರಿಲೇಶನ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಎನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಒನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ. ಬಟ್ ಎ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಈ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು 50 ಜನ, 100 ಜನ ಅಥವಾ 100 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, 200 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಎ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೆನಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಆ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ದಟ್ ರೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಒನ್ ಟು ಮೆನಿ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸ್ on the left and one instance on the right is one instance on the left and many instances on the right is associated in the relationship, then it is called as one to many relationship anta karitivi. And this is an example for that. Last one nimage already idea bandirutte. So same thing here, entity baritira and relationship, relation anta baritira, and here again you will write the entity, and here 1 to n, here n to n. And the same example here also, student enrolls course, and this is n to n. That is nothing but many to many relationship. You can observe here the definition is very simple. When more than one instance on the left and more than one instance on the right is associated in the relationship, then it is called as many to many relationship. Many instances on the left and many instances on the right is associated in the relationship, then it is called as many to many relationship. You can observe here, many students can enroll for a course and the course can have many students. 50 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದೇ ಕೋರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಬಹುದು, ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಎ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೆನಿ students. That is called many to many relationship. Means when more than one instances are associated in the relation, it is represented by n. n ಇಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. And definition ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ನೆನಪಿರಬೇಕು, the following figure depicts, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಫಿಗರ್ ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, many instances on the left, or you may write more than one instance on the left and more than one instance on the right associated in the relation, then it is called as many to many relation. And this is one of the important question for 5 mark in case of ER diagrams, and attributes kuda important question. So this is about the today's session. In the next session we are going to discuss about the concept called as total participation and partial participation, that is called participation constraint, and cardinalities and ordinalities discuss ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ next class ಅಲ್ಲಿ. And in that differentiation between specification and generalization, and we also going to discuss about the aggregation and different types of keys in the next class. So this is about the today's session. Let us take the assignment questions and important questions based on this topic. So listen, the assignment questions based on today's session are, the first question is define primary key attribute, second one the composite key attribute, and third one multi-value attribute, And second question and very important question is explain the relationship with its types. There you have to write the definition for binary relationship, recursive relationship and ternary relationship. And last question and one of the very important 5-mark question is write a note on binary relationship. You have to write the definition for binary relationship and the types of binary relationship, that is called one-to-one, one-to-many and many-to-many relationship. So start writing the assignment and submit within today evening 4 o'clock. Thank you all.